Hello everyone, welcome to the Storm. It's Inque here. First up, brief apology if the sound quality is weird. I'm trying out a few new things, so if this sounds horrible then I apologize and I will not do this again. But we are playing Supreme Commander once more. This is going to be slightly different. We are doing a 3v3, and I kicked up the difficulty. So these are now hard AIs, because I felt like I was getting the measure of the normals. So this may go horribly, but the fact that I am allied with a bunch of other people should help to some extent. Now, who do I have? We have some more UEF, and even more UEF. So this is a full UEF team versus Cybran and 2 Seraphim. Well, this will be interesting. Alright, well, let's get some engineers up and running. And then I think we're going to want to head straight to Tech 2 with this factory. Alright, so first engineer up, let's go ahead and start working on power generators. Get some turrets going up there. And want to send someone down here to build a hydrocarbon power plant there. We are going to need to get some basic defenses up and running nice and quick, but let's make sure our economy is in good shape first. Okay, you are almost done, so I'm going to kick off with some anti-air. Just some basics, enough to get things running. We're going to need another mass extractor over there. One of those things where we don't want to starve our allies of resources, but we don't want to let them just claim everything as well. Okay, last mass extractor down there. Alright, cool. Our energy is flatlined, but we will be able to deal with that soon enough. We have our first power gen up there. We'll have some more up soon. And this hydrocarbon power plant will also help. So notice it says random. That doesn't mean the difficulty is random, that means the personality is random. It's an interesting little thing about not Sacrifice of Angels, not Sins of a Solar Empire, Supreme Commander, is that the AI comes in easy and normal, and then from hard and extreme, they are effectively, they have their own specific personalities to play with. Okay, that's almost up. Almost got our first railgun up. We do know that there are some scouts running around somewhere. Okay, yeah, that was an air scout, but our AA took it out nice and quick. So yeah, we're running into some pretty severe resource issues at this point. But hopefully we can deal with that soon enough. Okay, someone is finished. You're done, good. Alright, you should start... I'm just going to set you on a patrol path. To just reclaim a bunch of forest, and that will help kick off just enough to get us up and running in short order. And we're going to need some more factories, we're going to need some air, and we're going to need some... oh, that's done. We're going to need some air, and we're going to need some... It's Aeon, not Seraphim. I'm dumb. Wait, why are you... Oh, these are Aeon. I'm dumb. Okay, so... No, they have one of each, and we have 2 UEF and 1 Aeon. Okay, moment of confusion over. Let's get another anti-air turret down there. Lovely. Alright, so we do need to get some more stuff up and running. I'm going to go ahead and start working on an air factory over here, and then we're going to want some navy down here, probably like 3 factories. So I'm relatively happy to just rely on 1 or 2 things for land and air, because the units there tend to build fairly rapidly. Not so much for the ships. Ships tend to take a while, so I would rather make sure that those just pump things out and really work out properly. Okay, that is our mass storage coming up. This is almost done. And we do have the pocket position, is how this would usually be referred to, I think. So we're a little bit more defended than we might be otherwise. So we can afford to take our time a little, but this does mean that we have an obligation to make sure that we actually take advantage of that, and we can get some good stuff going. Okay, we have our Tech 2 land factory out, so I'm going to go ahead and start building a unit of Tech 2 engineers. Lovely. And we have our air factory up. So, let's take our commander. We're going to reclaim this naval factory, and then build some of our own. Yeah, that was good. Alright, lovely. So this is all going to take a little while just to process. We do have a few things to worry about, so let's see, we do want to get some point defense up. Just something to help deal with the incoming harassment. We do need to get some better power generators up, so I'm going to go ahead and stick one here. Okay, good. Our economy is looking pretty healthy. This is in good shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop a bunch of energy storage around this. It'll take a little while to build, but it'll... not so much for the boosted energy production, but just for having more storage. That's really what it comes down to. Because having a fair amount of storage available to you can be kind of important sometimes. Okay, first naval factory is coming up. I'm going to go ahead and get a unit of frigates building. I'm probably going to leave these 2 idle just for now, but I want to have them available. Other news we have, yeah, we've got a bunch of engineers who aren't really doing much, so... let's see, I'm going to go for a second power generator, which we are going to drop down there. I do want to get some flak up and running. Okay, you're not doing much. What can we do with you? We can get an engineering station up and running. I'm actually going to get 2 of those. I'm going to drop 1 here as well. And this engineer is not looking super healthy. We do need to get some radar up, so I'm going to drop 1 down there. Yeah, that's just a land scout, but our triad triple-barreled cannons dealt with that nicely. Yeah, you can see that each of these is making us produce 4 extra energy, which is kind of pittance, but in terms of how much each of these hold, it's kind of a big deal. Getting 5,000 more energy stored for each one of these, so it's going to set us in good stead in the long run. We are going to need to get some more in the way of defenses, nice networks of shield generators, all that sort of thing. But for right now, we just want to focus on making sure our economy is in good shape. Unfortunately, we do have some friendly light assault bots hanging around down here. You are not doing much. Yeah, all we have is this AA gun, which, I mean, aircraft are still the main problem we've got to worry about. But, yeah, for the moment, we are going to be facing a few dinky things along the way. We do have our first frigate, our first Thunderhead class. The UAF Navy is not amazing, but it's decent. Doesn't have any serious weaknesses. Let's go with that. I think the Cybran Navy probably is probably the strongest overall, but the UAF are pretty decent. Okay, we probably do want to get some submarines available to us. But for right now, we're just kind of mass starved at the moment, so I'm gonna put that on hold. Let's see. Let's go ahead and send patrol path up there. Get some stuff going up there. Okay, cool. So at this point, the main problem is that we don't have enough mass coming out to be able to handle all of the requirements. So I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and start upgrading these things, which is not gonna be cheap. It's gonna take a while, and it's gonna drain even more mass. But we gotta do it. So this is going to be the least vulnerable one. So start that working, and with any luck, we can get that set up nice and quick. I do want to get some squadrons flying in the air, covering this area at some point, but again, I don't want to put... We've got a lot of stress on our economy already, so priorities. You can see that the AI has kind of gone out of control a little bit. This guy in particular is doing really well. This guy is technically ranked below me. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but this is probably different personalities at work to an extent. Okay, yeah, that's just eating my mass for all that it's worth. Okay. Yeah, these rocks help, but they only help so much. Okay, 112. Actually gonna take a bunch of these off. Let's just finish the current one. But then we should look at grabbing some more resources if we can. The thing about a naval map, of course, is that it's a lot harder to really start scaling up. Because in a land map, you can salvage the debris of the things that you've killed. Of course, the same works in reverse, but win some, lose some. No, here, everything that you kill just sinks to the bottoms and is lost for good, so there's only so much you can do with that. But this is coming along slowly. Okay. Okay. Let's just reclaim what we can. Reclaim what we can. Yeah, it's still being all very cagey there. We're just sending a bunch of scouts to each other. Not a great deal going on. Got our second frigate up. Yeah, and you can see the attack submarines actually take up a bunch more in the way of resources, but a lot more squishy. So we just have to be aware of that, really. But I do want to get some attack submarines up, so sure, let's go ahead and set some building. Our commander is not doing a great deal. I'm sure there's nothing we can do to fix that. You are not doing anything useful. Okay, this is almost up though, and that's gonna... because that hasn't really helped the situation, but it certainly boosted our energy nicely, so that's something. We also have these engineering stations are up, so those are going to start contributing what they can. You can see one of them is helping with that flak down there, and the other one is repairing his engineer. Okay, so that's coming along. Okay, that is finished. We have briefly hit positive. But let's set the others underway as well. And it's maybe a mistake, but I'm actually going to set both of those to upgrade, just because we really need to. We need to make sure that we are getting this through as quickly as we can. Okay. Just go ahead and climb all that. My ACU's in kind of a weird spot where it builds faster than the Tech 1 engineers, but the amount of things it can actually build is tiny. There's not much which it can usefully do, so just kind of having to sit back and chill out. Okay, we have our second power generator up. You should go assist that in constructing, or upgrading rather, I guess. Let's just get a bunch of assists on all of these upgrading power upgrading mass extractors rather. Okay, we have 3 frigates up. That's probably enough to at least think about looking for trouble. Thing to bear in mind is look at the fleet that this guy has. Entirely possible that the AI has something similar. I mean, he is currently top ranked, but one of the Aeon, this guy in particular, does have almost as much score. Interestingly enough, I'm doing pretty well. So, diving into the Hard AI, I think I might be able to get away with. Fingers crossed. This is almost done. Lovely. Which means we're going to set this one upgrading as well. You should go do the thing. And once this is complete, then we'll be in good shape. We might actually be able to start looking at a positive income. Yeah, I know, I wasn't aware that was even allowed. Okay, so it's not quite there, but these guys are all draining a whole bunch of mass, so we should be able to make that work. You are building that last flak. Okay. Have our first submarine. It's lovely. I'm actually going to take that out for a spin. See what we can see. should build a plasma turret just because that's getting annoying. And what else can we do that will be useful? I'm gonna drop a sonar system out here. And just keep moving our submarine forward. Okay, can't stack that because that's an engineer. What else do we have? Okay, that is a submarine, a silver class. So we took a bit of punishment there. Probably shouldn't stick around too close. Lovely, that's done. We're going to go for a torpedo launcher, just to cover this little access point, and we hit positive mass. So we can start working on other stuff. It's barely positive, but it's still positive, so you know, I'll take it. Which means I do want to get some interceptors up. Set them on a nice little patrol path. Like so. Cool. Which means that over here we're going to need to get an air staging facility, just so they can refuel and repair. We have a bunch of AA guns set up, which is good. But we're going to need to get some shields. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna drop a shield generator back here. You are not doing much of particular value. Go reclaim those, please. Okay. You should also build shield generator. You can drop that down there. And that'll cover both of these mass extractors. Let's see, who are you? You are there, okay. Anything in particular which I actually need? Yeah, we're gonna need more power generators is really what it comes down to, so I'm gonna drop another one down here. Air staging facility is done, which is good. I'm actually going to drop a second one, just because we're probably going to have a fair amount of aircraft running around. We'll set you to upgrade to Tech 2 after that. I want to make you Tech 3, but I'm not sure I can afford to right now, so instead we're going to do you to Tech 2. We have all of our frigates up. We also have a little trio of submarines. They have a couple of fixed torpedo launchers down there. We have a frigate there, which does have torpedo defenses, but not a great deal else. Let's go ahead and take our fledgling navy out and see what trouble we can cause. Okay, looking pretty good. Can go ahead and get a Tech 2 upgrade going there as well. You're not doing much, so you should come build a shield generator. Yeah, down here. Okay, and we can attack that frigate, which we have eyes on thanks to this unit of interceptors from our allies. Alright. Alright, and we are opening fire. torpedoes coming out from the submarines. And we have our frigates with their main guns. Nice. Alright, let's start taking out some of these engineers. And that is a hostile submarine. Which my frigates can't actually do anything about, which is a problem. So we're going to need to back them off, especially because they're getting a little too close to those torpedo launchers. We do have our own subs, and those are killing that submarine nicely. And now we can open fire on that naval factory. We'll start clearing out this area. Got another submarine coming in here. Okay, looking pretty good. We have lost a frigate, which I could do without. Let's come down here. I'm not actually sure how tough the basic torpedo launchers are. We could probably take those, but we have lost several ships, and they do have some reinforcements coming in now. So just want to be a little bit careful. Actually, I think those are probably engineers because that is a Cybern unit, but that is the thing. Okay, this is Tech 2, which means we want to get some destroyers going. You're also Tech 2, so give me some cruisers, and you should upgrade to Tech 2. So, and we should get you to Tech 3. So we have our basic shield generators up and running. Yeah, just because I'm good enough to play against the Hard AI does not mean I'm actually good at this game. Just look at all these idle structures, it's terrible. I'm not a good example, guys. Don't follow me. Alright. Seriously though, I think we are going to want to, given the nature of this map, we want to get some torpedo bombers. Let's get a unit of those up and covering this area. You are not really doing a great deal of value around there, so you can just clear out all of that area. Yeah, I do kind of want to get an engineering station which can try and help out my navy, but I'm gonna need to get a little bit creative with it. So let's drop it down there. Oh, you're actually right here, so let's go there. I want to upgrade this to a Tech 3 generator at some point, but for right now, I've kind of got other priorities. Yeah, shield generator is eating all that nicely. You should salvage some of these things. Okay, lovely. And there's also that thing over there. Alright, so our mass is crashing again, because that's how it do. And it's now time to look at getting to Tech 3 mass extractors. To be honest, I probably should have looked at doing that before, but priorities. What can I say? Yeah, you can see this guy is just coming into land. And he's back out. Good for another 5 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and kick that off. That's going to take a while, because these things always do, but we really need to deal with this mass problem. Okay. This is in production slowly. We have our last 2 submarines that have come out. This thing is actually upgraded upgraded, which is nice. And then we're going to want to do some other stuff. So we have the Cooper torpedo boat, which is, it's okay. There are better things to spend your resources on, but it is cheaper at least than like one of these damn destroyers. Alright, brief pause to deal with food things, because food things are important. Alright, so yeah, the Cooper's a lot cheaper than the destroyer, or the cruiser indeed. They build a lot quicker. It's useful for dealing with submarines, but it's still probably not the best investment for your resources. This is the nice one. Bulwark, Tech 2 shield boat. Projects a shield which covers its friends, because friends are good. We're definitely going to want a few of these. They're kind of squishy, so you do need to be careful about them. It's basically you hold tight formations, make sure the people are surrounding them, and just go from there. There's a definite advantage which they get over, for example, the Cyberns, who don't have any way to get shields covering their navy. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of these. And yes, I can see that my economy is a nightmare. It's like, what you gonna do? I'm still in third place, pretty comfortably actually. I'm kind of wondering what the hell these guys are doing. But sure. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. This Tech 3 and does some stuff. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I will be looking at getting that upgrade at some point, but for right now, well, we're working on this, which is actually going to be a big deal. Like, it's currently generating 9. That'll boost it up to 27, I believe. Yeah, because it's a boost of 1/3, where you take the mass storage into account. I'll take a lot of the stress off our economy, not all of it, of course, but it will relieve a fair amount. Land Scout doing its thing. Yep. Got our first cruiser almost out. The UAF cruiser is pretty nice. It has some bombardment capabilities because it has tactical missiles. We have a lovely little torpedo bomber. Kinda gives me shades of the P-38 Lightning with the whole twin tails thing. Don't know if that's the actual inspiration or if it's just a coincidence, but who knows. But yes, the Governor is definitely way better than the Cyber Cruiser. The Cyber Cruiser is just awful. And hello. Why are there torpedoes running around? Well, that torpedo just took out that factory, so I'm not sure what's going on, but definitely something minorly scary at least. There's a lot of fire going on somewhere. Oh, down here. Did a drop of blaze tanks, looks like. But yeah, not enough to do any serious damage. Nothing serious or lasting. Okay, first cruiser is up. And this is finished. Excellent. So, let's grab our little unit over here. I want to get this upgrading now. And you should go help it. This factory is not doing much, but it is actually Tech 3 at this point, so we should get some Tech 3 engineers. doing. Not entirely sure what. Oh, this land scout. Yeah, I'm not convinced that's gonna work. Just saying. But, yeah, you can see it's got this nice little battery at the back where it's just spitting out all those missiles, which is useless. Utterly useless against actual units, if they're moving at all. But, yeah, against structures, it's pretty mean. So I'm gonna have a nice little unit of these. And there goes its SAMs, which brutalized that interceptor. It does also have a basic cannon here, which is functional, is probably the kindest way to put it. We do have our thing done down here. Let's go ahead and upgrade that to the Tech 3 Cannel, which I believe should give it a longer range. If not, then we'll see. But in the meantime, what else can we do? Can actually get a Tech 2 torpedo launcher down here, which sounds like it's probably a good investment. Lovely. Yep, this cruiser is still trying to hit people with its tactical missiles. It's like, whatever floats your boat, dude. We have our first Bulwark up, lovely, and we have our first Valiant as well. Valiant is a pretty mean ship. Pretty long range as well. I mean, the Cybern Destroyer can walk on land, which is kind of nuts, and I'll definitely have to show to you sometime, because it's one of the reasons why I love the Cybern Navy so goddamn much. And Supreme Commander 2, there was actually an upgrade which could make all Cybern naval units walk on land, which was one of the few highlights of the game. That's not entirely fair. Supreme Commander 2 wasn't bad, it wasn't Supreme Commander. They gutted most of it and turned it into a conventional RTS, which kind of missed the point. You're just kind of hanging around and not doing much. Okay, that has been upgraded. We should get you going. And we have our first Tech 3 engineers coming up. Excellent. Alright, which does mean we should start looking at getting some Tech 3 stuff. First things first, Tech 3 power generator can sit back here. Second, Omni sensor. Okay. Yeah, if I stick it right here, then that will actually provide radar coverage of the entire map, which I'm not convinced we have yet. So I'm going to do that, because that sounds fun. And it won't pick up any submarines which are running around, because you need sonar for that, but it'll still be pretty helpful. I have a whole bunch of anti-air there. Hummingbird died horrifically. And we've got some bombardment going on of these engineers who are not where they should be. Yeah, at this point I'm just set them all to upgrade. It's not like it makes much difference. I've got such a deficit. Alright, you can come and help build this, because why not, really? Air Factory is not doing much, which to be honest is fine, because I can't really do much, period. This is Tech 3 now. So I'm going to move my damaged ships into range, and I can get them all repaired. Yeah, come on. Like, I know you're in there. Stop being dumb. Just not go on. I'm not actually convinced that they can go for C. That's frustrating and a little weird, but okay, fine. Where's my engineer? I guess you're gonna have to do that. Wait, no, that's not an engineer. That's an engineer. Come on. Do the thing. Alright, so we've got a... We almost have our second cruiser, and we're close on a second torpedo boat. Second destroyer is going to take a little longer because, well, we're just... Our economy isn't garbage, it's not that bad, but it's taking a while to leverage ourselves out of. Just because, normally if you're going to try and get this kind of teching done, then you need more resources available to you than this map is really offering. So, this is kind of my mistake for not being lazy, but for being fixated, I guess. Like, if I'd gone for a Tech 1 strategy, then I could probably have got a lot more out of this, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. As it is... What the hell is that? Oh, they've got a Ghetto gunship. Well, more of a standard drop than a Ghetto gunship, exactly. It's not going to go so well for you though, because, yeah, I have a lot of interceptors. Do we actually have... Yeah, we do have our Tech 3 Omni up, so yeah, we can see everything on the map. Which is lovely. Well, what is there that I could play with? I could start working on one of these, but I should probably, you know, fix my economy first. What the hell is draining so much? Like, it seemed perfectly reasonable, and then suddenly I'm at minus 1300? Right, it's not bad. The hell? You're done. You've built a second thing. That's not building anything, that's not building anything. You're not doing anything. Like, that's expensive, but that's not... What the hell is going on? That's... barely counts for anything. Our mass is hit positive, while our energy is still in the gutter. I am so confused. So confused. It's not even like I'm trying to run Oh. That's why. Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay, well, I feel stupid. In the meantime. This is all done. So, gonna need another shield generator to cover this area. You should build some more flak, because why not, mainly, at this point. You need to build more power generators. Like, a lot of power generators. Because I'm gonna rely on a fabricator economy to really get things going here. You should upgrade to Tech 3. Because I can kind of afford that now. You can build a Tech 2 generator there, because why not, mostly. I want you to do Tech 2 artillery, can do nothing. Tactical missiles technically can just about reach over there. They can definitely reach if I set up a missile base here. Okay, that's an interesting possibility. Let's get a little unit of Tech 2 engineers going. You can assist him. You are all building the things. You're Tech 3. You can come down here as well. You're also Tech 3. Yeah, we'll just have a little base here where we can just build missiles and start peppering them with long-range fire. In the meantime, what do we have here? We have stuff, mostly. You need help with that. You... Where are you? Who are you? You're this guy. Okay, yeah, you can come and help with that. And you can come and help prepare these. Who are you? You are Tech 2. Okay. You should... That won't fit. That's not useful. That's useful. Okay. Cool. And who are you? You are also Tech 2. You should come and do the thing. Alright, looking good. Let's go ahead and jump that up to Tech 3. Is there anything that I can easily do here? I can pump out Percivals. Percivals are nice. They're not super nice, like they can go underwater, but they don't have any kind of torpedoes or any way to engage stuff while they're underwater. Means they're gonna have to cross some pretty nasty terrain, so I'm just gonna kind of ignore the whole large salvos. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna ignore Tech 1 land. Tech 1 land, Tech 3 land. I'm going to ignore land. Let's just go with that. That's the simplest thing to say. Just grab yourself a Tech 2 engineering suite. This is almost done, which is good. Okay, cool. So what you were going to do is I want to get a Tech 3 shield generator up. You're going to drop some anti-air. Lovely. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff here. which they're just not really doing much with, so... I mean, they're... It's like good luck actually killing anything in there, but... it's gonna take a while for them to actually achieve anything. They're not actually doing much with it either. That is a transport. And now that is a dead transport. This is another transport. And that is also a dead transport. These are things we like to see. Alright, you are upgrading. You, I don't super care. Okay, so energy is looking pretty good. I'm going to start another Tech 3 generator going up there. Maybe go down here. Oh, you're not actually doing anything. In that case, you can start working on the important stuff. Actually, let's drop a stealth field generator. That seems like it might not be a bad plan. Okay, good. We have our... got our flak up. And now we want to just load up on tactical missile launchers. And the goal is basically to just overwhelm any tactical missile defenses they might have. The AI doesn't tend to build them too much, but these are hard AI at this point, so I don't know how adaptive they might actually be. Like, I've yet to actually see the AI spamming transporter like this, which I'm guessing is basically a reaction to the fact that their initial forays just haven't really done much. They're playing very defensively. They do have a navy, but they're not really doing much with it. Let's go ahead and let's get another SAM launcher up. Drop that over there. Whoops. Yeah, our cruisers are... they're trying, bless their hearts. Right, let's set you to group 2. Set you to group 1. You can have a Cooper. You can have a... that's not a Cooper, that's a Bulwark. And then we have Asian submarines who can be group 3. Alright. So, what's the next thing to do? Well, that is a big transport, which is just kind of dead. Alright, so how are we doing? We have our stealth field generator up, which is nice. We're going to drop some dinky power generators, because these are actually a nice way to reduce the costs. They don't produce much energy, but I believe the adjacency bonuses are based on the number of things connected, so... well, partially based on the number of things connected, so... I think that could work out well. You have been upgraded, which is a fine thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and build another Tech 2 power generator, because power, man, you can never have too much power. Alright, let's go ahead and get a unit of air superiority fighters going. Just to really make sure that no one breaks through this line. Okay, you have hit Tech 3, which is lovely. I tell you to upgrade. I tell you to upgrade. Now what do I want to do with this thing? We can build many things. We have strategic missile submarines, which is kind of they're an interesting toy, but I'm not super convinced by them, especially considering how bloody expensive they are. We have battleships, which are battleships. They're kind of what do you expect. We also have this interesting one, the Neptune class, which kind of acts as in a way, a Tech 3 destroyer. They have torpedoes, torpedo defense, but they have a lot of damage output. They're pretty tough. Just nice ships overall. So I'm going to get some Neptunes going. You may notice there's no aircraft carrier. It's because the UEF aircraft carrier is experimental. Yeah, you heard that right. Here it is, the Atlantis, experimental aircraft carrier. Torpedoes, anti-aircraft, can build stuff, has a pretty sizable factory, and god damn it, would you stop killing stuff? This is getting ridiculous. How long does it take to build these? A while, apparently. Okay. This is getting beyond a joke, so we're gonna build some point defense up here. And that's gonna be that. Oh my god, you've killed... My damn cruisers have actually killed 3 tactical missile silos. It's just ridiculous. Just keep dropping these land scouts and my cruisers are slowly wiping out this base as a result. It's like, could you not? Okay, we have another destroyer up, which is lovely. Okay. Let's just move our little fleet out, see what we can do with it. You'll note that these submarines can't actually kill these engineers, because these things hover, and these have torpedoes. But there is a neat little thing you can do with submarines. You can tell them to surface. At which point, you'll note that these have deck guns, which means, hey look, we can shoot sort of hover units. But we're not exactly short on okay, seriously, this is getting beyond a joke. Could you not? Like, I don't want you to be just spamming your damn tactical missiles everywhere, but at the same time, to be using your anti-aircraft guns, so what am I going to do? We have our cruisers in position and they have started the bombardment of these positions over here. We have our bulwarks who are shielding us in these efforts. We have plenty of AA fire. This should be good. In the meantime, that's our third silo up. This is finally finished. Let's see. Let's get an engineering station up. Okay, next factory please. Cool. You're not doing anything, and you kind of shouldn't be, because, yeah, you're not super useful. Okay, this factory. We have our 4 cruisers, which I'm not sure how many cruisers I really need, to be honest, so what I'm actually going to do with this one is I'm going to set some battleships to construct. I'm not super worried about getting any Atlantis. Actually, you know what? Sure, let's get 1 Atlantis. Let's get this guy upgraded. And you should start working on some fabricators. I actually messed up the positioning of these. These should be slightly offset. But whatever. It's still functional. You should build another power generator, just because I don't trust my power requirements these days. Where are you? You are there. Okay. You should turn back on. Interesting. Something is missing with those tactical missiles. Some of them are hitting, but a lot are just veering off course. I'm guessing that's some kind of cyber nonsense. Alright. How are we doing about here? You're building destroyers, you're building battleships. Wait, no, you're building Neptunes. We almost have our first Neptune up, so once we have our first Neptune, I think we're probably going to be in a good position to go in and say hi. In the meantime, we do have a significant tactical missile battery. Who do we want to fire at? Let's get some missiles away. Tactical missiles. Might not fire nearly as quickly as the ones off our cruisers, but they do hit a lot harder and they have much longer range, so win some, lose some. Now, definitely have some kind of jamming field around here. It may actually be these frigates. It does say jamming right there, which is frustrating, but let's see what happens to these 3. Got another set heading for this factory. And got a 3rd set firing there. Tactical missile defenses, yeah, they've got cruisers. And we have something big which just splashed against that shield. Our shields aren't looking super healthy actually, so we're actually going to back off until we have some additional firepower. Speaking of which, one Neptune class battlecruiser ready to go. Now the Neptune is not super long ranged. It's not an artillery piece. It is a naval superiority piece, which means that although it is not small by any standard. Wow, our mass just went through the floor again. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Nothing more than that seems like overkill. Oh, we've got a couple of engineers just hanging around here. You should go back to where it's, you know, safe. Okay. But, yeah, this should give us the firepower to do some nasty things to that fleet. We need to make sure we don't get too close so they get under our shields. Our cruisers should maintain fire. Keep firing over there. Okay, I want to fire at these defences, I think. I'm almost certain that they're defences. It would make sense. I'm up here. Yeah, there's a building, bit by bit. You are not Tech 3. What would it cost to get me to Tech 3? Sure, why not? What do I have to lose at this point? Okay, good. That is that set of stuff dealt with. These are all Tech 1 point defense guns, so I'm not super worried about that. I'm also not seeing any kind of artillery pieces, so we're going to tell our cruisers to refocus over there. And we have one Neptune, 3 destroyers, 3 frigates, and 2 Bulwark-class shield boats. So let's move our frontline ships and our torpedo boats. These aren't torpedo boats, these are submarines, that's an important distinction. Attack bombers. These guys clearly have run out of fuel because they're going so damn slowly. Let's just move our fleet in a little bit closer. So we do want to be able to bombard them. But we do need to be aware that they have a significant amount of forces around here. Their ACU is in the water. That's interesting. Got a drop back here. Should be no drop. Just Tech 1 tanks though, so not a major deal. Okay, move a bit further forwards. Get our submarines in on the action. Yeah, they're definitely spitting Oblivion fire at me. We're gonna need to move even further forward, guys. Okay, cruiser, open fire. We need to get that Neptune forwards. Focus fire on that destroyer. Okay, you can see that one of our shield boats, the shield's collapsed. This shield isn't looking super healthy. So part of our fleet is undefended, so we're going to have to pull this destroyer back. Okay, those are torpedoes. A lot of torpedoes, actually. Main guns lined up. Fire when ready. I said fire when ready. God damn it. Fine, move forwards. Neptunes not being super useful. Do you want to, actually fire this century? Well, at least my destroyers are working these guys through. Not sure what this guy's issue is, but let's keep moving forward. Still have eyes on the ACU, yes we do. Position. That's lovely. I got nothing. I guess it's absorbing fire, that's something. Enemy commander sighted. If you want to come and pay me a visit like that, then be my guest. Torpedoes away. Yeah, you can see that he's moved like just a fraction forward, so he'd actually be inside the shield. As it is, he's just outside it, and suffering as a result. Tactical missiles, not being super accurate, but they're trying, bless their hearts. Speaking of tactical missiles, how are we doing here? One missile, no missiles, no missiles. Oh, these are auto-firing. Fair enough. In that case, is there anything more tempting to target you at? Tech 3 power generator. Tech 2 power generator. Whatever. Well, that went down. Which means we have a bunch of cruisers and a few submarines left. Okay, what do we have back here? That'd be our second Neptune. We have a destroyer. And this battleship, Summit class, is coming along, bit by bit. Probably have it soon. Now we were going to show you some other toys, weren't we? Lovely, this is done. And these eat 3,500 in theory. These are down to like 2,000. Thanks to being there, so do that. But yes, let's show you what the Atlantis is like. Should only take a minute or so to build. Once it actually gets in range to do so, of course. Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. Okay, you're not being super useful. This forward missile base is basically done. Let's see, so what can we do at this point? Let's just tell our little engineering unit over here to go help build battleships, because battleships, really. So let's see what this is the situation. We have lost track of the who's this guy? Of Wisdom's commander. I know he's around here somewhere, but not entirely sure where. They are pretty heavily defended. But for the moment we have our nice little line of cruisers which is just sniping out any kind of aircraft which comes our way. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is the Atlantis. It's an experimental, so it's big. What were you expecting? Okay. We'll soon have our summit up, which will be nice. Yeah, we could do with a flyby to work out what's actually. Oh, there he is. Okay. How are we doing for missiles? 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 5. Alright. Let's see if this works. This is essentially a test to see if he's stupid. I will laugh if this works. Six tactical missiles firing. And we actually have, well, we briefly had an aerial scout checking that out. Still have our superiority fighters building here, so that's a thing. He's not moved. He's still not moved. Oh, no. Spoofed. They've got some kind of defensive formation around here. I'm not entirely sure what did that, but we're not going to do this with simple tactical missile bombardment, unfortunately. There's another thing we can do with tactical missiles, which would be entertaining. Looks like there's only so much we can do to attack the naval area, because we know they have cruisers. There's at least one there. And he moved. Of course he did. So, yeah, missiles away. At least they have their main guns, which are at least moderately useful. Summit class, okay. Take a look at the range on this baby. These main guns are ridiculous. So yeah, the game plan with this one is we're going to take our battleship, we're going to sit offshore, and we're going to murder anything which gets too close, and we're going to use the battleship to just wreck his day. So, you are Group 1. We'll make you Group 4, sure. hopefully by the time we're done with that guy, okay, maybe we've got to go this way. 3-point turns in a battleship. Fun times. Nope, I have faith in you. Come on. You can get through there. There is a gap. I have faith in you, damn it. No. Okay, well... I guess you're just gonna be doing your thing. And maybe the Atlantis will be done by the time we're ready to actually pull this off. Oh, you're not doing anything. We should probably fix that. Although I'm not sure what you should be doing, I'll be honest. Sure, build another fabricator correctly this time. Yeah, I mean, fabricators are kind of awful, but our economy is at the point where there is literally no more upgrades to be. I feel really stupid now. Like, wow. What is wrong with you, kind of stupid? It's not going to help a huge amount, but it's going to help a little bit. Okay, Summit is on the way. Let's give it time. We'll have a second Neptune up. Cool. We have our tactical missile battery, which is not being super useful, unfortunately. The Tech 3 power generator. Can we kill that? I guess we're gonna find out. Our Atlantis is very nearly done. I had a friend who loved the Atlantis. It was like one of the main reasons he played UEF. I mean, he was kind of a carrier fanatic in general. He always played the Advent in Sins of a Solar Empire and just stacked up on carriers and had so many bombers that he could kill star bases in one attack run. It was kind of stupid. But then again, the strikecraft in the base Sins of a Solar Empire are scary, to say the least. Tactical missiles incoming. Okay, the fact that their shields keep flickering is good. And there goes the Tech 3 power generator, and oh, incidentally, all of this. This is why you don't leave these things unshielded. It's bad for your health. I'm surprised that this survived, but I guess they're tougher than they look. Yeah, it has 3,000 health, 1,600 health. I don't know. Alright, and we have our Atlantis, so you should move forwards. See that it's currently on the surface, and we should probably submerge it before we go too far with this, but for the moment, just look at that production rate. It's kind of gorgeous. I think that for our final kill, we're actually going to do a strategic bomber snipe. What we're going to try. We're going to play with strategic bombers, let's go with that. No further commitment than that. So yeah, gonna have to get it to somewhere a bit safer in order to actually produce its aircraft, because you can't build things while you're on the move. But yeah, the Atlantis, people in the competitive scene aren't a big fan of the Atlantis, but it's still a pretty nice piece of kit. Got our Neptune, lovely. Through and get some strategic bombers building. And in the meantime, are you actually in range to do anything about that? Maybe. It's thinking about it. Moving very slowly. Dee 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 dee. For a brief period of time, we were actually able to have a positive So, battleship is in range. Commence shore bombardment. Focus fire on that commander. Because nothing else matters. Like, if I kill the commander, then he's done. All of his units will just vanish off the map, and it'll be just down to red. Guns firing. Yeah, this thing has a really slow rate of fire. But considering it's got an equivalent range, it's almost as long a range as the this is just not firing for some reason. I do not know what's up with that. It's almost got the same range as a tactical missile launcher, and it's firing a lot of shells. That's kind of hard to argue with. Those are gone. Our first strategic bomber has been constructed. Okay, that does not actually exist. I know it doesn't exist because it's not on my radar. There, tactical missile defense. I was wondering. Let's take that out. Now I know what icon to look for as well, so let's see, there's another one over there. Well, those died. Yeah, your tactical missile defenses only go so far, guys. That cruiser really quite seriously died. Okay, these are Tech 2 submarines, which are a little bit scarier, and I'm going to lose this Neptune. Yep, there it goes. But now I have a full set of destroyers, my second Neptune, and submarines attacking these. So, well, I had a full set of submarines. The submarines aren't looking so healthy anymore. And there's their tactical missile launcher. I had a feeling they had one. Let's open fire over there again. Missiles firing for effect. Yeah, that submarine hunter's being pretty nasty. I've got our big pack of fixed position tactical missiles coming in. That should kill this quite nicely. Yep, there we go. Looks like we took out that submarine hunter, but our surface fleet isn't looking super healthy. We actually have a second summit, so let's move that into position. And over here we have 3 strategic bombers at this point. Oh, there it goes. Another one bites the dust. Alright. Get both our battleships together. Cruisers on the move. We don't actually have a third squadron anymore because we don't have anything in the way of submarines anymore. There we go. Okay. So all of this will self-destruct shortly. So at this point, the only thing left to deal with is this guy all the way back here. Which means we should cautiously advance. Last strategic bomber coming up. Now I don't want to just throw these away carelessly. They're not immune to fire by any means, but we can certainly give them a bad day. So, as soon as this is done, we will be moving down. Cool. Battleships are almost in range to do stuff. Yeah, my main concern at this point is we don't have much in the way of intelligence, so we should get some spy planes. I mean, I know where everything is, I just don't know what everything is, which is kind of important. In the meantime, okay, that is nearly up, and that should put us in the positive relatively comfortably. The Novax. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty healthy. So yeah, I could start working on some more experimentals. I do want to play with a Novax at some point because it's entertaining. Even if it's not that good in practical terms. But not this round, I think. For right now, we have some scouting to do, so battleship is fixing it up. I've no idea if they're going to survive this. Honestly, they probably won't, but they're pretty tough. They don't seem to have all that much in the way of air defences. Like, they've got some basic stuff, but I think they're not exactly scary. They just have a lot of Tech 1 nonsense. The scariest thing they have is they've got a cruiser over there. And these Thunderheads are also providing some anti-air cover as well. So it's kind of whatever. Let's just get the Atlantis a little bit closer. Alrighty. And we're just murdering all of us because these are a long way from scary. These are just Tech 1 units. They're taking shore bombardment from 2 battleships, among other things. Alright, I think that's good enough. So, let's deploy. And what do we want to do? Let's do this a little bit more strategically. Haha. Okay. So, Tech 3 power generator. Tech 3 power generator. Tech 3 land factory. Big massive units. Commander. Let's see what that looks like. What are you targeting? Targeting that. Sure. Not that big a priority. Like, these have a lot of health. They move pretty fast. And yeah, that just happened. Bye now. kill a Tech 3 power generator in one hit, but they can kill it in two. That's nearly 10,000 health. And an ACU, barring any kind of fancy upgrades, has 18,000. Doesn't take that much to finish it off. So at some point I do still have to show you, like, the real, seriously terrifying weapons out there. You've seen most of them, but you haven't seen the Cybran Scathis, you haven't seen the UEF Mavor, and you haven't actually seen a nuke. So, at some point, you'll get to witness these things. But for right now, he's dead. And they're all dead. It's just me and my friends. Next week, there will be more Sacrifice of Angels. But not long after that, there are going to be some changes to the overall schedule. I'm still working out the details, but I'm probably going to be putting an end to marathon sessions in their classic form. Because I'm going to start streaming some. Like I said, there'll be a video announcement explaining the schedule, and I will actually update my YouTube description page and all that sort of thing to show you exactly what I'm on about. But there'll be a regular streaming schedule. There'll be VODs shunted over to YouTube. Once I've worked out a few of the niggles about quality and all that kind of thing. And yes, there will be new series at the end of August, which will, at least in part, be streamed. So, those of you who enjoy Twitch and all that kind of thing, there'll be links. You should come and say hi and such like. So, till next time, folks. Stay safe.